Hey everybody, welcome to In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. It's been a while. I'm glad to be back and everything. We had things going on and stuff. My precious daddy went to be with Jesus, and so we've had to wait just a little while to get everything back together and all, but it's all good, and we know where daddy's at, and we feel good about it and all and stuff. So you just have to, life doesn't stop. So we're moving on and giving him to Jesus. So anyway, today I'm going to make this, I call it Mexican cornbread. But I've got my hamburger meat already cooking in the skillet. It's 1 pound of hamburger meat. And also in there I have cooking is 1 big onion I chopped up. So that onion is cooking with that hamburger meat. That's all that's in there right now. But the fun thing with this is that it comes off of a card that Buzz's mama wrote in her handwriting. Look. And see, look, she calls it meat pie. Isn't that cute? And see, look. It's got her everything on the back and all. I love it. I love it. You can't go wrong with having the actual handwriting of your mother or grandmother or auntie or somebody or whatever. That it makes them very special. So anyway, this is Miss Dubby's meat pie recipe, aka Mexican cornbread. Okay. Let me check my meat over here. I want to make sure these onions are cooked in it. I wanted to get a jump on it so y'all don't have to stand here or watch me stand here and fry hamburger meat, right? So the onions are done in. I'm just going to go ahead and just turn this off right now. But what I am going to do is add the very first thing in here is a pack of taco seasoning, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add that to my meat while it's hot. But now listen, if it just so happens that you don't have a packet of taco seasoning, which I try to keep those in there. You know, they're great to have. All those little seasoning mixes are so good to have on hand if you know, keep up with them. We always try to grab some extra ones when we go in the store just to have them. And they just really come in handy. But if by chance you don't have like a taco seasoning packet, it don't have to be taco seasoning in it if you don't want to. But if you want to, you can get in your spice cabinet up there and, you know, I don't know, pick out a little bit of chili powder and some garlic and salt and pepper, and, you know, season your meat up. You want to season your meat up, so, you know, think about some of the things that might be, you know, around that, on that order of flavoring. So this is just nothing but a pound of hamburger meat and 1 large onion chopped up and 1 pack of taco seasoning. So what I have now, let me see if I can get it down here. What I have ready, I wanted to have everything ready if I could, help save time. But I have, it says 1/2 pound of grated cheddar cheese, okay? So I've got that grated and ready. I think what that amounts to is about two nice cups of it, more or less, okay? And she has on here 3/4 of a tablespoon of chopped jalapeno pepper. Well, listen, Buzz and I want more jalapeno pepper in ours. And these are some homegrown jalapenos that we did in the garden. And I told him a while ago, I said, we're going to have some fire on the mountain tonight. So you put as much jalapeno pepper in there as you want, okay? When you get ready to add that. Then it calls for a cup of yellow cornmeal. Okay, that's something else I want to tell y'all about, what I'm doing here. Okay, a cup of yellow cornmeal. Alright. When you do the cornmeal, she says if you use buttermilk, you're going to have to use a cup of milk, whether it be buttermilk or sweet milk, okay? Whole milk. Buttermilk or whole milk. If you use buttermilk, she says use 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. If you use whole milk, you use 1 teaspoon of baking powder, okay? But what I have here is my cornmeal mix. And see on there it says self-rising. So the thing is, I don't have to add baking powder or baking soda to mine. I love that. It's all in here. But if you just have the regular cornmeal, you're going to have to add either your soda or your powder, depending on if you're using whole milk or buttermilk, okay? In which, y'all know I'm going to use buttermilk, right? I try to have my buttermilk. I want buttermilk all the time. Whole buttermilk. Not 2%. I don't want 2% anything if I can help it, okay? I want whole everything, all right? So it calls for a cup of your cornmeal, all right? And then 3/4 teaspoons of salt. And 1 can of cream style corn. Make sure it's the cream style. You need that. And then 1/2 cup of margarine, which I've got me. Oh, that means 1 stick. I put in here, let me change that out right quick. I want to melt my butter, my margarine. So I'm going to, I had cut me a stick in half, so I'm going to just take my stick of butter and I'm going to melt it in the microwave. Okay, and that's your ingredients. I'll run through that real quick again. 1 pound of ground meat, 1 pack taco seasoning, 1/2 pound grated cheddar, 1 large onion, 3/4 tablespoon chopped jalapeno pepper, however much you want, right? 1 cup of your cornmeal, 2 eggs, and on your milk, if you use buttermilk, 1/2 teaspoon of soda, or if you use whole milk, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Or if you do like I have, the cornmeal mix, self-rising. It's nice to have on hand, but you don't always have that, and neither do I. So, alright, 1 can of cream style corn, and 1/2 cup of, she says, margarine. So, butter or margarine, either one, right? So the first thing we're going to do, ooh, I've got it hopped in, y'all. Burn the baby there if I ain't careful. Okay, so we browned our meat and our onions, and we have stirred in our taco seasoning. So now, next, we're going to do our cornbread mix. I need me a cup over here. So I need 1 cup of cornmeal. Turn it down here. Okay. Back it up a little bit, and then you can see like that. Okay. All right, 1 cup of cornmeal. There we go. 1 cup of cornmeal. All right, mix in your meal, and now your eggs. Couple of eggs. Meal, eggs, milk. Okay, I've got a cup of buttermilk here. And your corn. Okay, let me get my corn here. I don't know if that spoon right there will. I think I just seen. I just seen a piece of that green paper right there come off in this mix. I don't think it'll kill us. We'll find it maybe. One way or another we're going to find it. Anyway, there's our corn. Okay. And, oh, and our butter now. Okay. We're going to stir in our butter. So there it is. There's our meal, our eggs, our milk, soda. Oh, wait, milk, and our margarine. Okay. There's all that together. Like I say, I didn't have to put the soda or powder in there because I'm using the self-rising cornmeal mix. I might could have beat them eggs up a little bit before I put them in there, but as long as I've got it together. Aha! There's that piece of paper. I got it. Oh. Stir it all up really good. And something I'm fixing to do here, y'all, and I've told y'all this. I think I did a video on making homemade cornbread. But what I've done is I've got my 10-inch cast iron skillet. This works perfect in this, okay? So a 10-inch. But I've got my skillet oiled, right? I'm fixing to go ahead and turn the fire on under it and start getting it hot. I want it hot. And what I'm going to do is I always sprinkle me just a little bit of cornmeal, just a little bit in the bottom, just a little. See, look how ever so lightly. I mean, just a little. There we go, like that, right? I'm gonna sprinkle that in that oil, and I'm gonna let that sit there and get really good and hot before I pour this first round of cornmeal mix in here. Our cornbread mix. I need a different towel. This is so good, y'all. I have a pot of pinto beans already cooked. And so we're going to have a big old pot of pinto beans. And I mean, I got them spicy. I put that, I told y'all before on this, I've showed you on the pinto beans how I like to do them. And you can either put ham or bacon in them. And most of the time I just have bacon. I'll save ham in the freezer, a ham bone or things like that, if I have it. But a lot of times, I mean, not very often do I just have ham on hand, right? So, and I love my bacon. Who don't love bacon, right? So I just throw me some big old hunks of bacon in there and stuff, and cut me up a little bit of onion. And then what I was talking about was, I told y'all before that I like to get these. I love these things, the pinto bean seasoning ones, and this really is my favorite, y'all. But like I think the last time when I made them, I had been to one of those little festivals, and somebody was selling all the little spices and the different things and stuff, and I got me a pinto bean seasoning, which that's long gone. I used that up, no doubt. But anyway, I put my pinto bean seasoning in there, and some, salt and pepper and onion and bacon, and let them beans cook. So them beans, excuse me, are done and ready. So we'll have a big old plate of this Mexican cornbread and ladle us some pinto beans over the top of that tonight. And I tell you what, a man will love that. That'll fill a man up. It'll fill anybody up. But that's a man's dish by the time you get all that stuff put together on there. And on top of it, it's delicious. It is delicious. So, alright, see, I've got it all stirred up together. My cream corn and eggs and meal and buttermilk in there. I know my skillet's hot by now. So I'm going to just take half of this. I'm going to take half of this mixture and pour it in the bottom of this pan. You'll hear it sizzling when I pour it in there because I've got it hot, because I want it to create a crust on the bottom of that thing, right? Hear that? I just made us an instant crust on there. That's what that does. So I have the other half right here for the top, okay? So now, let's see where she's at on it. Okay, pour half in skillet. Now I gotta add my meat, my cheese, and my peppers, okay? So I'm just gonna take this. Oh, see how my meat looks? It's just brown meat and onions and taco seasoning in there, okay? Dump my meat right on top of this batter. This is so easy to do, y'all. To be so good. That's the kind of recipes you want. The ones that are so easy yet so delicious. And this is ingredients that you have or that you should try to keep in your pantry for home cooking. For when those times come back around, like the COVID deal or whatever, and you can't get out of your house and you've run out of frozen pizzas and corn dogs, you need these kind of ingredients in your pantry. And that's where we're at on this, okay? And it's still easy. We're going to do it. Keep working at it. Alright, so our meat's in there. Cheese and peppers. Okay, so I'm fixing to get all this cheese and sprinkle it on top of my meat. Okay. Grated cheddar. Right on top of your meat there. Two little crumbs other than the ones that I'm dropping in the floor doing the tally face thing, right? Okay, here we go with the fire on the mountain, y'all. Look at them homegrown peppers. I left them seeds and all, y'all. So you make up your mind. Like I said, the recipe calls for 3/4 of a tablespoon of chopped jalapeno pepper, and this is probably a tablespoon and a half of jalapeno pepper in here for sure. And on top of it, I personally know that these peppers have got some heat to them, but I want that. I want that in there. All right. I'm going to bring it over here now so y'all can see it up close a little bit before we put it in the oven. See, that's what it's looking like so far with the peppers and the cheese and on top of your meat, on top of your bottom dough part. So now I want to just pour this over it. Stir it around a little bit just to make sure. Now here we go. Get it all out of here. All that cream corn in there makes it so good, y'all. You have to have the cream corn in it. It wouldn't be right without it. I guess if you had to, you could substitute whole kernel corn. You'd have to add a little more milk or something, because this cream corn, you know, is wet. But I guess if you had to substitute some whole kernel corn, you could do it in a pinch. But absolutely, if you're going to make this dish, try to be prepared and have your cream corn. And that is it right there, y'all. Let me see here. That is all we had to do to this. And we are fixing to get ready and put it in the oven. And it's heavy too. There's a lot in there. But I'm going to take this and put it in the oven at 350. My oven's been preheated at 350 for 45 minutes. We'll see how long it takes it. I'll check it and I'll let you know when it's done. I'll try to remember to tell you how long it baked for in actuality. And remember, everybody's oven is different. I'm glad to be back with y'all and back on track. Let's do some cooking, y'all. And I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, everybody. The cornbread is done. Our Mexican cornbread is done. And I wanted you to see. I set it over here where we could see everything. Let me show it up close to you. It makes a pan now. There you go. You can see it when I tip it. Look at all, you can tell that cheese and peppers and all that's in there and everything. And it is a load in there. And then I wanted y'all to see that I had done a big old pot of pinto beans here, ready to go with it. And so basically the way you do it, let me get my, I'll try it with this here pie cutter. I don't know if you can get it to come out pretty or not, but you know, who cares if it's going to come out pretty. You're going to just pile it up on there, but I'm going to take it and slice it so that y'all could at least see how to serve it and stuff. It shows you a good bit of it right there. You can see all the meat and everything in the bottom. It's got that good crust on it. See, look at this. Look at this crust here. See that? Look at that. That right there. That is delicious, y'all. So basically, got that fire on the mountain with them peppers. They're already letting me know. I love it. So see, you just take it, you got it. Got a big old plate of it. I took up the extra here and stuff, but see how pretty it is? All full of that good stuff. And I'm just gonna take my beans and just ladle it over them like that. Just like that, y'all. I had to get a plate with a lip on it. I'm gonna tell you right now though, I am a bowl eater. Look at that. You think that won't hit somebody's taste buds just right? I promise you it will. I promise. But I'm a bowl eater. I will end up putting mine in a bowl. I just love to eat my beans in a bowl. Just all there is to it. But there it is, y'all. Mexican cornbread and pinto beans. It don't have to be pinto beans. You can eat any kind of beans I think you want with it. But there it is. Easy. Feeds a good number of people. Fill them up good. Don't cost hardly nothing to make. And worthy of doing. So, again, I'm glad to be back with y'all. And ready to get back on track. And just be happy and everything. See, look. Sunshine and Jesus. I'm going to be getting to go to the beach pretty soon. I hadn't got to do that in a while. So, I'm looking forward to doing that. Go enjoy the salt air and all. I love it. I love to get to go down there. But, it's all good. I appreciate y'all. Love everybody. And just, y'all take care. And remember, do the little following thing and hit the little bell on there. And y'all let people know about my page. I'm back, my channel. But I'm back now. I'm ready to start cooking again and stuff. So, God bless everybody. And y'all be with me in the kitchen with Tally Faye.